Well, I'm sitting out in my camper van behind the hotel, and I've been reviewing my videos about being out of control, the dog and me chasing the cat all day. And I realized we've got a really great drama about animal energy out here because Mufafa, who is a very laid-back, sweet dog, is just going insane over a big dog, big black dog over there. He's been barking at him. Now, where he's gone now, he's not here right now. Then he went down by the horses and was barking at the horses. And he's an animal, and he's a street dog. He's uncivilized. He's undomesticated. And I reach out to dogs, and I have this crazy fantasy that I can heal all dogs of everything, which is completely nincompoop. Not true. You have to recognize your limits, what you can do and what you can't do. Because the big black dog over there, Negro, has only been on record as biting one person, but I established clarity around the fact that he still bites by trying to. Third time around, he was acting so calm and peaceful, I thought he's going to eat out of my hand. No, he tried to eat my hand, gave me a bad bite. And then later that same day at night, I let Mufafa come in and sleep in the van. It was not the first day. 2 or 3 days sleeping in the van. And he's so sweet, and he adores me, and he's easy. Nobody worries about him as a bite risk. But in fact, he fell asleep on my bed. Which is not okay. I sleep in my bed. Even when I've taken in street girls to let them sleep it off, I've learned not to let them sleep in my bed because I don't sleep well in these chairs. And they have to stay in one of these chairs, and I sleep in the bed. But he was asleep in the bed, and that's a non-starter. Truck noises, that's kind of animal. We're right off a big car terra. Isn't that an insane truck noise? So interesting dialectic here. So this is new that I put all this stuff here just now. So he was sleeping right over there, and I had no clues that there would be any problems with Mufafa. So I shook him a little bit. He was dead asleep. He didn't wake up. But I pushed him a little harder. And street dog, he's unprotected out there, and whoever hassles, I'm sure he's had all kinds of hasslement. He woke with a start, snarled, barked, did not recognize me, and nipped me right on the hand. Didn't draw blood, but so I was writing that off, and I had told Ailey about it. It wasn't his fault. He was solid asleep. But then last night, he in the afternoon when he got in the van, I had piled stuff up there so he couldn't get in this spot, and he went in the back. In the evening, I apparently didn't pile up well enough because right up there by the pillow, he snuck in and he was getting ready to nest there. And I said, we're going to dislodge him before he's asleep because we've learned to let sleeping dogs lie. Well, I used a basket. There's a wicker basket here just to push him a little bit. And he did not want to move. It wasn't that he was dead asleep, it was that he's been spending a lot of time in this van, and now he thinks the van is his. So I've been carjacked by a dog. I was carjacked a couple years ago by a crazy alcoholic man with huge knives. That was a trip. But this is a dog with pretty sharp teeth. And when I pushed him the second time, he erupted again. Snarled, barked, bit the wicker basket. And so he hightailed out of there. And I said, okay, that's it. He's used up his van privileges. He can't stay in the van. Brene Brown says life is open heart balanced with solid boundaries. I said, time for solid boundaries. He does not get in the van anymore. But I left that back door open because no dog can jump in over the stuff that's piled up in the back there. But he did. When I woke up in the middle of the night, he was nestled on the Tupperware tubs back there in the van. And at this point, I'm scared. I'm scared of him. He's unpredictable. In the dark, in the night, I can't feel safe or relaxed. So why am I such a goof that out here now I was ready to just make sure he couldn't get there, and I piled everything, my gas can, my big heater, so he couldn't get back there. I was gonna let him in the van again. No, I think that's crazy. I think I should not. I think his time, two strikes. I've learned that in the dark he's unpredictable, and I'm not gonna take that risk anymore. But I was about to let him in, but not there. But now I won't. Now I'm prepared. And he hasn't been showing any signs of it. He's like so worked up that he's just pacing around and barking. He can't let himself. And a couple of times what I did was I said, he's disturbing the other animals. He's so worked up. He will calm down in the van. And I invited him in the van. And it was a mistake. Before that, for 3 months, I had a street dog. It was not my choice. I had fallen in love with him at the compound where my car was being worked on for 13 days. And out of the 7 dogs who were being neglected out in the country at that mechanical compound, Bear was the most dominant, beautiful, big dog, and no signs of aggression except with the other dogs. He kicked ass regularly with the other dogs, but never, ever, ever, even right till the end, no sign of any aggression towards me. But he had, after being with me a couple months, he had a terrible accident. He had a broken hip that they said would heal. But suddenly, he was like 60 pounds, and I was lifting him in and out of the van, and I had my own dog with me. And then he demonstrated a behavior that my dog, who was completely devoted to me, never showed. He's a street dog, and he basically said, hey, I chose to follow you. I did. I ran off the compound and chased you because I wanted to be with you and get away from there. There's that nutcase dog. But I was trying to travel. I was trying to make time, and it was hot. And I'd let the dogs out of the car for a while, but then I'd say, time to get back in the van. And he said, basically, by his behavior, he said, when I signed up to come with you, I didn't know I was supposed to take orders from you. I don't do that. I'm a street dog. I've run my own show forever. You do not tell me what to do at all. I'm going to put this right here so he doesn't get up there. Make it hard for him to get up there. So he said, he wouldn't get in the van. He would not get in the van. And it would be hot, and I'd be in dangerous places. See, the lightning will keep him so stirred up that he won't want to try to get in, because the lightning makes him insane. This is all such a metaphor for the animal in us, the part of us that is not domesticated, and I'm encountering that part of me. So he demonstrated to my dog that it was okay to just defy me, that was an option, and then my dog started doing it. So it was a clusterfuck, and it was a big mistake. I did not choose to take that dog off the street and try to domesticate him. He chose to come with me, but then I embraced it totally and said, the force of my love is going to turn him into a fabulous dog. And he was getting great, except he didn't want to take commands from a human. So, and there's that dog pacing, because he lives a life on a tether. And it's a lousy life, and he's an unhappy dog. So maybe that's the metaphor also for the id, the kundalini, the pacing. And we unfortunately or fortunately use black as a metaphor for the shadow, that within us that we don't understand, and it's wild and turbulent. Freud called it the id. And I've been saying that I'm a master of the id, the energies of sex and aggression. I think I'm on top of it. Ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ja, 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 they say here, because they don't pronounce H's. Ja, 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 ja. Yeah, John. John, you idiot. You think you're on top of it. You ain't on top of jack shit, man. You're not. You're a pacing animal. Like that dog over there. Yeah.